What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping my channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, last night I did a story about a crime spree that happened out there in Southern California, in which an 8-month-old baby was found dead on the freeway. A woman was found dead after going over 100 miles an hour and running into a tree line, and a man was found stabbed to death in his own home. All of these crimes were related, and they identified the woman that was responsible for this crime. Her name is Danielle Cherokean Jones. Now it says she was, I'm trying to look up here. I just had it. Well, the husband, she was 30, and the husband, whose last name was Cheney, is 29 years old. I'm sorry for being unprepared. I got in here late. But new details have come out about this story that I did last night. And one of the details is very startling. This woman right here, in fact, you know what? Just go ahead and watch it. You'll know it when you see it. Check it out.
We're learning new details about a murder-suicide that left 3 people dead, including an 8-month-old baby. The family tragedy unfolding on Monday on 3 separate locations. Now we're seeing how the events unfolded hour by hour. It all started in Woodland Hills at 3:40 in the morning. The LAPD says the suspect, Danielle Johnson, got into an argument with her partner, Jalen Cheney, stabbing him to death. The mother then fled the scene with her 2 children. 50 minutes later, 4:30 a.m., Johnson was driving on the 405 freeway in Westchester when police say the girls were thrown out of the vehicle. The baby was hit by a car and killed. Half an hour later, at 5 in the morning, Johnson was speeding in the city of Redondo Beach. She crashed into a tree and died. Our Leanne Suter has been closely following this story. Leanne, the sole survivor of this tragedy was the older sister.
Absolutely, Mark. Heartbreaking details coming out about this horrific tragedy. That sole survivor, just 9 years old, apparently witnessing almost all of the deadly violence. A deadly end to a trail of violence as the mother behind the wheel of this crumpled Porsche Cayenne is killed when she slammed into a Redondo Beach tree. 34-year-old Danielle Johnson is also accused of killing her live-in boyfriend at their apartment and her 8-month-old daughter when she threw the infant and her 9-year-old sister out of her car on the freeway.
The suspect slowed the vehicle and opened the passenger door for her daughter and then told her to get out of the car. And when the daughter didn't do that, she then forcibly pushed her out of the vehicle in the middle of the freeway while moving, while the 9-year-old was holding the 8-month-old baby.
The 8-month-old fell to the pavement and was struck and killed by a passing vehicle. The 9-year-old managed to make it to the shoulder with moderate injuries. A horrific ending to deadly violence that began hours earlier for the sole survivor. Eyewitness News has learned the 9-year-old witnessed her mother stab her live-in boyfriend, 29-year-old Jalen Cheney, to death in their Woodland Hills apartment.
That little girl obviously saw more than she ever should have seen in any life yesterday. So I just hope someone's taking care of her because she's going to need it.
Investigators say Johnson killed Cheney early Monday morning after a fight that rammed the garage gate as she fled with her daughters.
Their door was wide open. There was blood on the floor leading into their apartment, and then a trail of it in the hallway leading up to the elevator, and I saw some blood on the walls.
A short time later, detectives say Johnson pushed her daughters out of her car on the 405 and drove away. Her final act, taking her own life at more than 100 miles per hour. Detectives now piecing together the trail of violence and searching for a motive.
Given that the only witness we really have to this crime now is a 9-year-old girl, there's just very little information we have other than there was a verbal altercation that turned violent and it ended in tragedy.
The 9-year-old now in the care of the Department of Children's Services. Her father lives out of state. It's unclear if Cheney was the father of the 8-month-old who died.
Those are the new details. And I mean, I've done some stories, man. Most of my stories I do, they bother me in some way, form, or fashion. But this one right here really got to me yesterday. Now, to correct something, the guy's name is Jalen Anthony Cheney. And he was 29 years old. Now, this woman right here killed herself. She just snapped. In the earlier video I did yesterday, I forgot to mention that the neighbors said they've been fighting and having domestic disputes up there for a while. So the lone survivor out of this whole thing is the 9-year-old girl, man. And y'all pray for her, you know what I'm saying? Because that night that all of this happened, that was most likely the worst night of sleep she's ever had. I don't know if you guys have ever been locked up, but when you wake up the next day after staying overnight, when you're incarcerated and you wake up with that light in your face and your reality hit that you are in jail and ain't going nowhere no time soon, it's a hell of a feeling. It's enough to make some people crumble. I've seen that too. Imagine this girl right here who's in DPS custody right now, waking up after that heroin event that happened the night before, and knowing that everybody that she loved, she'll never see again. And I really want that to sit in your subconscious. People don't think about this when they create problems for their children. She's going to have a long road to recovery. What I wanted to talk to y'all about was the fact of she was holding the 8-month-old infant in the back seat while this woman was driving like a maniac in the car. God knows how scared they was. She stopped the car, slowed the car down, and told her to get out. While the car is moving, you could only imagine what the 9-year-old girl, what her surprise was, or what she said, hey, mommy, the car's still moving. That she wasn't getting out because she was on the freeway. She didn't stop. She just pushed him out the car. She pushes this girl out the car while she's holding the 8-month-old. Terrifying feeling. Then on top of that, to brace her fall, she probably let the baby go. The baby got hit by an oncoming car while the 9-year-old narrowly escaped. How do you think she feels inside? Think about that. She's holding the baby in the back seat like she the damn mother because she has nurturing instinct that all women do have or should have more than the damn mother. And the mother throws them out the car because she knows she was on her way out of there. I'd have gave this woman more respect if she had stopped on the side of the highway and let them out and drove off, which still would be cruel in itself. What kind of time are we on nowadays? And this woman goes and drives like a maniac and kills herself after fatally stabbing this man. Two people have a disagreement and they wind up killing each other. They're consenting adults. Is it wrong? Yeah, it's wrong. But you don't put your problems on your children, man. Even if she survived, it's no excuse for this. It's none. What goes over my head was that this 9-year-old girl witnessed her little sister getting run over by a car at 8 months old, and she'll never unsee that. And I know she has to feel a certain way, and she's going to have to go through a lot of counseling because she feels as though she probably failed the little girl in one way or another because she was holding them when they got out the car. The rabbit hole goes deep in this road to recovery for this little girl. She lost everybody. Witnessed the dad get killed. Then witnesses a little sister get killed next. I don't know what caused the argument, but it's like we can't work things out. Male and female created he, them. God did. And it's like we can't even follow the basic instincts of getting along, not even for the sake of children. Seemed like they was doing good for themselves. She had a Porsche Cayenne. That goes to show you, just because you got a little bit of comfortability socially, don't mean it ain't gunfire going on in the house. I always told myself, if I ever got to the point where I was married to somebody and I feel as though I got to put my hands on them, I will end the relationship right then and there and then deal with whatever comes after that. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm in arguments with women or whatever relationships I'm in, I don't say things I don't regret. I say what I mean. And if it's going to be something foul and nasty coming out of my mouth, maybe I don't need to be with that person. But then again, everybody don't think like me. All I know is the lone survivor is a 9-year-old girl, same age as my daughter. I would never picture that sight of somebody pushing her out the car, her mother pushing her out the car. That's the part that what went through her head to do that. Just push him out the car. Get the F out. It's like we get mad and we forget everything. Nothing matters except our anger. And what's going on with us? We have no morals no more. It's like we just chilling in a cesspool of immorality. Every time we get upset, all human instinct and all rationality go out the window. We so mad, we just put all of that anger on somebody else. What did them kids do? And an 8-month-old baby. You know how small that kid is? And to get hit by a moving car? Imagine the person that hit the baby. What they going through. The ripple effect is immense in this. If that was my granddaughter, and they gotta notify the next kid, they don't know who to talk to. This baby's still reeling because she ain't around family. I would be on the next plane out of here. I gotta go get my granddaughter. I gotta do something. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Region channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I got in here late. These videos are going to be coming back to back, so y'all get ready. More silliness to ensue. Keep this young lady in her prayers, man. And may the baby rest in peace.